Parents of young children might be eager to start communicating with their kids as they see their vocabulary grow. And today we're talking about ways to take their language skills to the next level.
Yeah, it's time for Kids Connection with Red Door Pediatric Therapy. Today we're talking about early morphological skills, and Amber Fox is joining us. Amber, it's a big word, morphological, but can you tell us what it means?
It's a big word, but it's probably something that a lot of our parents are already doing. So morphological skills they involve the understanding that words can be broken down into smaller parts, or that smaller parts can be added to words to really increase that complexity.
So basically it's kind of a form of phonics, the way we used to learn it?
Yeah, sometimes we talk about in our later years of root words and prefixes and suffixes, but it's the beginning stages of that. How can we add just a little part to the word to really increase that meaning?
Okay, so that launches us into talking about why we want to encourage families to look at ways that they can develop this with their kids. Why are they important?
Yeah, they're important because they increase that complexity and they increase the meaning of the words. So we're moving from just our basic labeling of what's that, to where is it, what are they doing? And we might see a child expanding their language from using a phrase like I run to I running. And so now by adding that little word part ing, we've increased that meaning, we've increased that length, and we've increased that complexity. We also see it when we're adding an S to the end of a word. All of a sudden, we're going from one cat to more than one cat when we say cats. So it's really able to expand on those concepts that they're already using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have some visual tools also that you would like to share with us. What is that, and how does that help a child learn?
I do. We always talk about how can we increase our language skills, and it's always through play. Play is what you're always going to hear from Red Door. And so I have what I call even my morpheme box or my morphology box. And so it's just some really basic toys that I can build those concepts around. When we're talking about morphological development, we have our first four concepts that we want to talk about. First is our present progressive, which is adding INGs. So it might be something like my little girl is sleeping. And so it's adding that ING to sleep. My next one would be in. So I have a boat, and I can talk about the girl being in the boat.
Okay.
Yeah. You move on to on. She's on the box. And then having more than one thing, I've got two little animals that I have all of my supplies here that I can build into play and have all of those concepts right at the touch of my fingers.
Okay, so it does make a lot of sense that as you're trying to find a way to communicate these skills to a young person who's maybe not following along with you, having the visual is a good way to really help them to commit it to memory or kind of just get the whole concept.
Right, and then it's fun and it's in play. We also like to pull out some books. So I grabbed one thing that we really like to use is wordless books, which sounds a little bit strange, but it's a great series by Mercer Mayer, a dog and a frog and a little boy, and there's no words. And then your child can have the opportunity to use those language concepts to really use those different morphemes and expand their language. So we have a boy that fell in, splashing, swimming. The bucket is on his head. He's in the water. And so you can talk about all of those different concepts while making up your own story.
Okay, I have a question about language that I've always been wondering. It's how much should you try to correct a language from a kid who's just starting to get the hang of things? I don't want to discourage her. I don't want to maybe take her confidence level down a little bit, but I also I can't help myself but want to jump in there and tell her the correct way to say things. Do you have any advice on that?
I would say move away from the idea of correcting and move towards modeling. Sometimes we'll call it mapping. It's putting that road map of language over what they're already saying. So if they say, I jump, you can say, yes, you are jumping, so that they are getting their words kind of recast to them. So you're encouraging the vocabulary and the words that they're already using, but you're increasing that meaningfulness.
Perfect.
How much do kids pick up just in normal conversation, maybe between mom and dad? You know, we're going to jump in the car. So, I mean, we'll instead of, or we're going to go to sleep now. They don't just say sleep, they say we're going to go to sleep. How much do they pick up just in normal conversation from other people? And how much do you want to work with your child to get them to go to the next level?
Well, I would say that our kids pick up way more than what we expect or what we plan. They are always
Just the bad
listening.
things.
Those things are fun. They can read it on your face when you say, oh, maybe you shouldn't have said that. But I feel like when we're expanding it is we don't want to expand it to a very high level, just expanding their utterances by 1 or 2 words or one concept at a time.
Okay, really making it manageable for you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Wonderful tips. And if we have more questions for Red Door Pediatric Therapy, how can we find you guys?
Yes, you can find us in Bismarck, Minot, or Grand Forks. You can give us a call at our main line, 701-222-3175, or you can find us online at reddoorpediatric.com.
Amber Fox, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great Friday.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right, stay with us. North Dakota Today will continue right after this.